What's up YouTube, Trip6 here. This video is going to be addressing an issue that is very frustrating, and that issue is singing flatly. For those of you who don't know what that means, it basically means that you're singing below, oftentimes even slightly below, the proper notes. Now, this is something I used to struggle with a lot. Oftentimes while I'd be in high school in choir class, my choir instructor would often frustratedly tell me that my pitch was off. And while I would be practicing with my bandmates around this time, they would oftentimes tell me the same thing. I always felt like I was singing the proper pitch, but it turns out I was the only one who thought I was, which was the entire problem. I struggled with this for quite some time before I learned how to correct it. These 3 tips that I'm about to go over fix the issue rather quickly for me, and I'm sure it'll do the trick for you as well. Tip number 1, bring it forward. For the longest time, especially in choir class, my voice would remain buried deep within my throat, sounding sort of like this. Oh. For choir, this seemed really natural for me to do because, though it was very muddy, it did produce a choral and somewhat rounded sound. But not only did this make my projection weaker than it should have been, but it also enabled my tendency to sing flatly. I think this is because the sound was buried so deeply, I had trouble hearing myself appropriately. Now, I don't really know the science behind this, but when I began bringing it forward to the front of my face, my pitch accuracy greatly improved. Now, don't bring it too far forward to the point where you're sounding nasally like this, but find that good balance that works for you. I promise you, it will move mountains in helping you hit the correct notes. Number 2, listen closely. A trick that a friend of mine taught me while I was still struggling with this is to take one of my ears and push it forward towards my jaw while I sing. Obviously, this isn't something you'd really want to do during a performance of any sort because it does look ridiculous. But this does help immensely because it enhances your ability to hear more accurately the pitch that you're singing. This is because it gives you a more keen awareness of the vibrations. You'll be able to really identify just how flat you are and then be able to promptly correct it. Number 3, use a pitch correction app. One that I personally used religiously while fixing this issue, and sometimes still do from time to time, is called TrueSing. You can find it on the Apple App Store for free. One of its features will give you a note of your choosing and then will show you in real time just how flat you are while attempting to sing it. For those of you who might not have access to certain apps, I would just recommend that you find a website that can play notes and then you record yourself singing that note and then compare the recording to the note being played. If you can, however, definitely do this through an app like TrueSing because it is extraordinarily helpful to be able to see in real time the extent of your mistake so that you can promptly correct it. The more you practice doing this, the better your muscle memory for pitch accuracy will inevitably become. So practice these 3 tips and you will be well on your way to singing in tune. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed that tutorial, go ahead and hit subscribe down below. Give me a thumbs up. And also leave me a comment regarding your progress on this matter because I would love to read them. Also, feel free to tell me about a topic you'd like me to cover in the future. I will see you in my next video.